Some of us want to call our exes every day, while others simply want to throw the phone at them. But can former lovers remain friends? Joining us with tips is licensed therapist Christian Smith from Change Happens, Inc. in Chicopee. Christian, nice to have you here. I know a lot of people probably go through this. They break up with someone and they wonder, should we stay friends? What's the #1 principle to remember?
Well, I think the #1 thing to remember is just be clear about the way this relationship is going to go from here on out. I think setting some clarity and some standards is going to help you as you move forward in a lot of ways.
So be clear. That's the most important thing. So the first thing that you want to ask yourself is it really over?
Right. I mean, you want to be clear about that. You don't want to be confused about your status. Are we together or are we not? You know, you don't want there to be any kind of, any confusion about it. You want to make sure that if we're over, it's over, so we can really move on to, other things.
Right, you don't want the person to say, why are you seeing someone else? I thought we were still together, when you thought that you were broken up, and so that friendship line can get muddy. So
exactly, it's hard to be friends if one or both of you are thinking like maybe there's still hope for us.
Yes, exactly. So be clear on that. You have to talk about if it's still over. Next, don't feel obligated to be friends, especially if there's guilt. If you broke up with someone, don't feel like you have to be friends with them because you feel bad.
Yeah, I think some people they can feel guilty about the way it ended, and so they feel obligated. Like, well, I don't want to. I mean, I hurt them enough. Maybe if we're still friends, I'll be okay. I'll agree to that, and that's not really what they want. And so it just anytime you commit yourself to something that you don't really want, it's going to be hard to follow through with that.
Right, exactly. It is going to be hard to follow through because it's not what your heart wants.
Right.
And I think it's tricky too because in a lot of situations, one person doesn't want to be friends. They're ready to sever the ties and move on. The other really wants to. And that can be a really hard thing.
Yeah, you want different things. You want different things, and so if one person wants to move on and the other person won't let them, I mean, it's just...
You might just have to say, it's over.
It's over.
It's done.
Yeah.
Also, you have to accept that if you do want to remain friends, that's going to complicate any future relationships.
Right. Well, the thing is, most people, I mean, if we're honest with ourselves, we can be insecure, we can be jealous, and having that friendship, that just a friend kind of a thing, is going to be hard for someone. So you have to kind of accept that if I'm going to remain friends with this person, it might make it hard for the next person that I want to be serious with. And so it might be helpful just to if you're going to remain friends, be really clear about what that looks like, because if it's not clear, the future relationship might be insecure about it.
And you might have to get into specifics. That means no texting. That means we're friends, but we don't text, we don't call. We can just be there if the other needs each other.
Happy birthday or that kind of thing, special events. But if you're, I think the frequency of communication
needs to be talked about.
It needs to be talked about. How frequent, how often are we going to be communicating? Because if it's something that's often, it's
it's going to complicate the future relationships.
Exactly.
It might make someone feel very insecure.
Sure.
And lastly, you have to be honest with yourself about what you can actually handle.
Exactly. I mean, you have to be honest with yourself about is it going to be good for me to stay connected to this person or not? Another thing is sometimes there are kids involved, and when you have breakups, and so is it the best thing? What I need to think about my kids, maybe it's better for them just to have a clear break, Also, it's going to be helpful just to make that clear, so that
you want it to be clear. I mean, that's the #1 thing, like you said. The overarching principle here is to be clear, because you want to make sure that both parties know this is where we stand. We're not friends, or we are friends, and these are the boundaries we're going to make.
Relationships can be emotional. And you gotta say, am I able to handle being connected to this person?
Right, exactly. Can I handle it?
Can I handle it?
Yeah. Because we just want to be happy every day. That's the main goal. So those tips will be on our website. Thanks so much, Christian,
You're welcome.
for being here as always. And ahead on the show.